Hey, Love Nest. How are ya? Well, I'm sitting by the window today. Remember all the sunshine we had on Friday the 13th? Well, that sunshine is no more. You know, one of the things I'm going to remember about my sojourn in the DMV is this octo friggin' polar weather. How it go from being doggone sunny and 84 to being, now it's not cold, but how it gets so though. You know, y'all Bahamians who live in America, I need y'all to help me because this weather is cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. So let's say hi to everybody who's checking in so far. We got Felicia and Tanishaya. Tanishaya, you got to say, oh my, Chelsea, you sick? What's wrong with the bookends? It's cloudy at home too? Oh, Lord, you know what? I can't take it. Karen, Karen and these names, man. I just washed my hair, man. Hold on, y'all see all that water? I just washed my hair. So yeah, look at Karen say hello, Pastor Puff. I can't take it. You know what? I love the loveness. Y'all so trapsy and chitty. So, but I love y'all though. So Saturday, finally went to the Apple store, got the phone fixed. Praise God. You know, even though I teeth went phone, he dead salty, right? One of the things being a mommy has taught me is that say it's a freaking ice rink out here. Man, I can't take it. What? Love a lot, you flow in your hair? So, you know, one of the things I have learned is having a son. And, you know, the thing is, like I said, it's not that I spoil my son, but when he does well, I do reward him. And luckily, the phone that I teeth from Wayne had Apple Care on it. So praise God. Yeah. So I go to the Apple store and they do a diagnostic run on the test. Ah, face clean. Hey, face look greasy today, though. Yeah, I just did my scrub this morning. Hold on. Man, look here. I tell y'all, I could be 56 in June. I trying to beat back all this age. Because y'all ever look at yourself in the mirror and like you could see your age? I'm now slowly starting to see my age. Now, before, it's not that I didn't know I wasn't aging. I know I'm aging, but I now am seeing it. Like I see, and I'm not one of those crazy women who obsess about their face because you know I'm grateful to God for the face that I have. But now that I'm getting older, I do see the aging coming on. And I gotta lie, like a month before my birthday, y'all think Legal was obsessed with her birthday. Well, a month before my birthday, I started freaking out. Like ever since I turned 50, all the milestones I started freaking out. I freaked out at 30. I freaked out at 40. I freaked out at 50. I don't know why, because you know, hey, what's the alternative again? And especially with the Thompson blood that I have coursing through my veins. I hope Prodigy ain't on here. But you know, the longevity in my Palmetto Point side ain't too long. So I'm grateful that I'm going to be 56 on June 6th. Y'all play that number and send me what y'all get. But I look at it, so I thank you for your compliments when you talk about my skin. I ain't gonna lie though, there is a difference. There is a difference in the water in America. People say that when we say that as Bahamians, we act in use. But there is a difference in the water. And there is a difference in a lot of the things that I do here in America that I'm able to do because it was either not convenient or it was just too costly at home. So I will admit, you know, I do tend to treat myself a bit better. Say the water up north. There is something in the water. Now let me just say for the record, while I love America, but we all know, yeah, it is access. It is access. Now, like, thank you, Danielle, because I was just about to say, when I lived in Florida, my skin was not the best. But then again, remember now, I've been on this cleansing routine. Thanks, Marva, sweetie. I've been on this cleansing routine for 10 years now. So, you know, the thing is, I do see a difference in my skin. I do see a difference in my neck. I remember when my neck used to look like I could play the accordion on it. I remember when I had all these dark marks. I still have a few. But the thing is, as we do this show, and one thing I've always tried to do with my Bahamian people is when I find out something that's working, I share with my Bahamian people. And so, yeah, that's where we are. But anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about today. I can read more of y'all comments. On Friday, you know what? See, that's Rochelle. Forever faithful, stay throwing me off my what I talking about. Anyway, thanks for the nice water. Yeah, but you know the thing is, we as Bahamians are still very lucky because yeah, you remember my double nickel party at Taj Mahal? Lord, I ain't gonna be at Taj Mahal for my birthday this year. Muddles. Because for the past like 5 birthdays, if I didn't stay at Taj Mahal, I brought it in at Taj Mahal. That's been a ritual for me after I turned 50. But we shall see. You know, you never know. Maybe I'll sneak home. Don't be disgusting. If customs and immigration, sorry you, letting all the Haitian and gun come in, why I can't come home too? Oh, thanks. Anyway, so as I was saying, Friday show, was really, it's true, legal. Friday show got me really thinking. Man, look here. And I hear she killed it. By the way, dear Beyonce fans, Lord, I thought the Love Nest was bad. The Beehive. Stop calling the thing Beachella here. Because let me just say for the record, that ain't nothing to be proud about. That for all them years Coachella been happening. I never been to Coachella when it was Coachella, but I've been up in that Coachella Valley region before. Lots of champagne drinking and fun. Yeah, that's when I was spending Lenny money. You know, you're spending other people's money, you can travel plenty. Anyway, y'all stop calling it Beachella, okay? Thanks. Beachella, stop your shit. Anyway, who all salty they wasn't at Coachella? Or like my son tells me, Mommy, Coachella is not for you. Yeah, because some of his little friends from school. Silver say, remember they was sneaking in the Chinese? Why Chrissy can't sneak in for a couple of seconds? Thank you. All the illegal immigrants. And shout out to my girl, CC. Because, these Bahamians get upset when you remind them that, yes, we have a Haitian immigrant problem, but we also got an American problem, a Chinese problem, a British problem. You'll be surprised how many white folk sitting up in Nassau and the Family Islands illegal, and they're able to do that because anyway, I ain't going there with y'all. So anyway, enough about Coachella, enough about Beyonce, enough about skincare. I want to talk to y'all about Friday's show. We talked a lot and we were joking, although I wasn't joking because I do believe that just how there's white magic, there's black magic. Now I have an issue with the magic that bad gotta be black. Why everything gotta be black that's bad? I sound like my daddy. My daddy say the game of pool is over when the when the white ball puts the black ball down. You think that's where I get it from? So I was talking about the fact that say flies and mosquitoes. I was talking about the fact that on Friday the 13th, yeah, everything in the world that wrong. Like you notice how y'all may be young. Y'all younger than me. But remember how in all the say we can be in the black. Yes, indeed, that's true. Because you don't want to be in the red, you can be in the black. That's a good thing. But even like growing up as a kid, I remember my legal, somebody sent me that video. I couldn't watch that. And that would defeat us on the line. So this brings us to what we're talking about today. And I'm not making light of mental issues because we all know in the Bahamas, we don't address our mental issues. And that's why we have the challenges we have. So by the way, shout out to the Love Nest. Y'all saw the video with the woman in the red outfit. I ain't gonna call her name because she think I pick on her. Somebody asked in the Love Nest group what ministry that is. Why somebody in the Love Nest say Red Riding Hood Ministries. So I want to talk about all this Friday the 13th shit and find out why the Bahamas so obsessed with OBEAH. You remember that? Look here, we saw the video with the woman on the porch when Trapsy Andrew said what church the outfit come from. We understand the woman has been arrested and she apparently had a work permit to be in the Bahamas. Let me just say for the record before y'all start casting y'all Haitian voodoo aspersions, every culture has its religion. Haiti has the voodoo. I remember in Cuban, no, she's Haitian. No, they said she's Haitian. It was in the papers this morning, I think. Shout out to my boy Sinclair. And she has been arrested and she's on a work permit in the Bahamas. But that video on the porch, then the Maddie Nottage, oh Lord, I said her name. Anyway, Maddie, you's my girl, but you's run the fuck out. I love you though. I'm glad that you hopped up for the Lord. Then you had the Maddie Nottage video with the demons speaking in the church and looking all crazy. And why demons? Yes, I agree. OBEAH is African. We did believe in religion that worshipped nature. But when did it become mean and twisted? You may remember growing up in the Bahamas, we always talking about OBEAH don't work on me. Remember that song? OBEAH don't work on me. OBEAH. I could find that on YouTube for y'all. So the thing is, I believe that us worshiping the ancestors, the nature in our African lineage, I agree. Christianity is not normal for us. And the thing is, I can't take it. But I just want to know, when did we in the Bahamas, now we always been obsessed, for y'all young children who might not remember, in Nassau, there was a famous tree in Palmdale that we used to go look at where the lady had the glass bottle hanging from the tree. I remember ZNS us doing a story on the lady who had the glass bottle in the tree. Of course, Those of you who may be too young to remember Bahamian folklore, that is a line in a song, graveyard dirt and a bottle hanging in the tree. I've done several shows where I've interviewed OBEAH practitioners. Yeah, they call them witch at home. I don't think they're witches. I just think that a lot of people have a gift to see certain things. And whenever you're different in the Bahamas or in the world, you're labeled as witch. I was just watching a show that reenacted the Salem witch burning trials, where remember, if you were just different and you were accused of being a witch, right here in Salem, Massachusetts, in America, they burned people at the stake just because. And then, of course, we hear everybody talking about demon this, demon that, demon the next, the fetus on the line, the fetus that was found. So I want to know, like, why are we so obsessed with the dark? Is it because it intrigues us? Is it because it's something for us to do? Now, people, I usually tell my Bahamian friends who send me this shit, and these are my smart friends. I tell them, you know, y'all dead fucking idle. Y'all need to go fix where you wake in. Y'all dead idle. So I wanted to talk to the Love Nest today to find out what is this preoccupation with demons and shit. I remember people saying back in the day, and they still use it a lot in the Bahamas, oh, she got a demon in her. You know, I just be like, what that mean? So today we're going to ask you, what the fuck is going on with this OBEAH obsession? And by the way, whoever said that in the Love Nest, I want to thank you. Red Riding Hood Ministries. Look here, I was squawking. All right, Nelson say, hey, Pastor. Tasha's here. Karen, of course, being Tropsy. Marva's here. Pat's here. Yvette's here. Ah, Lord. Chelsea, you got to wash your hand, boo. Let me tell you something. That shit is contagious like a mofo. But Chelsea, this might burn you, right? But take some magnesium oil, put a drop in it till you see 20 parts of water and wash out your eye with that. Because you know all them antibiotic and shit days give you that is run right out. Legally say, hey, Pastor Love, looking great, lips popping. Silver say you ain't live from 96 to 34 in 18 hours. Man, look here. That's shitty weather. Man, look here. I can't take it. Gia say she ain't going nowhere. And I will admit, I was going outside. I even got on my sandals. Okay, I did my own toes. Since Jared said my toes popped down with his stink stuff, I did my own French mani toes and hands. Yeah, I did my own. Yeah, look here, sister on a budget. I did my own hands. I did my own. Hold on, no, I can show you all my toes. I can't raise up my leg that far. And so I was all ready to put on my sandals and go outside. When I down wake up, I see all the Indian gals. I see all the Indian gals got on boots and shit. And you know, let me just say, I lifted my leg up for you, Jared. I don't lift my leg up on slack. Yeah, but I did do my toes. I did do my toes. Okay, let me show you my toes. Y'all so trapsy and shitty. Let me show you my toes. You ready? Hold on. Let me see. See my toes? See my French mani toes? Cause so, yeah, y'all do like shit. Lord, my second toe long. And you know they say when your second toe long and your first toe, you can kill your husband. Anyway, I should have killed that nigga. No, sorry. Oops, what I meant? Sorry. Did I say I should have killed him? No, I can't kill Wayne Daddy. That's Wayne Daddy. We ain't gonna cry if his daddy get killed. Anyway, so yeah, I did some self-care. Drew said, when you come back to Minnesota, we got 15 inches of snow yesterday to greet you. Who? Let me tell you something. And I thank you, Legal. You know, every shoe I own is the same shoe. Because from standing up on my foot all them years in the restaurant, I had to, you know, get yourself. Thank you. This is my lipstick, Keitra and Greg give me. Yeah, I tried to put on some lipstick today to try freshen up the mood. Say, you what? I thought it was you rule your husband. What? Silver, what kind of Bahamian woman you is? No. You know we Bahamian women are very, what is the word? We Bahamian women are very passive and docile. Although we is let the man think we passive and docile. Yeah, like I used to tell my husband. I used to have my husband thinking it was his idea. Marionette, no boo. Looking for who? No, Marionette. What does scripture say? He who findeth a wife. Not she who findeth. He who findeth. I ain't looking for no man. No, you know what it is? I just felt like, well, what happened? I told you since I'm getting Wayne ready for college, I'm watching my coins. And so when I look at the money I would drop in a nail salon, let me just say for the record, in America, you really can't beat the fact that, look at Megan. Yeah, you got to make them think they run things. You really can't beat the fact that you can get a mani-pedi for like $35, which is great. All right. But, you know, there are times when you look at the time, you got to sit down, the waiting. So I said, you know, Christina, you used to do this shit yourself. You just got bougie and fancy after you got lazy. Because for many years I used to do, oh, happy birthday, Bradlina. Happy birthday. I like how Legal ain't put no picture of her cake in the Love Nest group. Anyway, I can't take it. So people, what I'm saying today, look, I just all over the place, man. All over the place. What I'm saying today is, when do we become so obsessed with black magic, white magic? And let me just say for the record, and y'all may not know this, but right in Nassau, Bahamas, there's a group of witches who meet regularly. Yeah, don't ask me who they is. I said witches, not bitches. The ones who meet regularly in the House of Assembly, those are the bitches. All right, the ones who meet in Nassau are witches, and people call it the Wiccan religion. And we have all kinds of people worshiping and doing other things. I was just watching a show on TV. They have a weed Bible study group in the DC area. Child, I gotta go look for them. Right in the Bahamas, there are many people who practice Wiccan religion in the Bahamas. That's why I laugh when Bahamians think that we are so, for all of our narrow-mindedness and pettiness as Bahamians. You're not on the group? Oh, okay. I thought you was in the group, legal. Lorraine said, "And them know how to make me rich." Well, again, I tell you, when I was in Nassau, I had my regular, I wouldn't say psychic, but she used to be a spiritual reader. And I used to go to her every week. And a lot of the shit that she has told me has always come true. Now, again, if you believe in it, you believe in it. If you don't, that's on you. That's your business. I ain't here to convert nobody. But like I said, if you believe in the light, and especially us Bahamians who are so Christian, if you believe in the light, then surely, conversely, there has to be the darkness. And it is that darkness that I guess people are so intrigued about. But I will admit, when I see some things that are going on with my Bahamian people, like, I ain't gotta lie, the fetus thing in the yard, that does it for me. Because in America, and Danielle, help me out, AHA in America, when we hear about people throwing their baby in the garbage and shit and thing, you see, in America, it's not surprising to us, but when we hear that shit in the Bahamas, that does still shock me. Like, I'm not saying that America is a crazy country, but Kieran said, "What Christian about the majority of these demons in the 242?" But the thing is, the country is majority a majority Christian nation. But I don't understand how we get so cuckoo when you look at, and again, I'm not knocking if you believe in casting out demons and doing all that stuff, but you gotta admit, that video that y'all sent me with Little Red Riding Hood Ministries, she looked weird. And I showed it to my son. My son said, "Mommy, why she look like a giant cough drop?" And again, y'all know Mighty Dead Extra. Remember, this is the same Mighty Church where Jonathan, who the two cabinet ministers take the money from, Jonathan was made a pastor inside Mighty Church. You want to see that video, Karen? Man, look here. Man, I can't take it. But all I'm saying is that people believe what they want to believe. But as Bahamians, I want to know, how do we get so strange? And again, I'm not judging nobody. Yeah, giant cough drop. That's what my son say. Yeah. Well, she apparently was dressed in red. She was dressed in red because she said she was covered in the blood of Jesus. Now, as a Christian, let me just say for the record, many times I don't understand why Christians want to be covered in blood. I don't get it. Now, I will admit, a lot of the religious rituals that we do come from pagan rituals. So I didn't get that. So you're dressed in all red. Yeah, a giant cough drop. Daniel said, "That's a damn cult. That video didn't feel right to me." And then, why did the woman in the church have to look so crazy? And this brings me to my other point. When are we going to have an honest discussion about the need for mental health healing in our country? Like when are we going to have that discussion in the Bahamas? I know we don't want to have it. I know we want to pretend that all of us in the Bahamas are of sound mind. And guess what? Everybody needs help every now and then. This is not any kind of diss about mental health needs. But when you have a lot of people exhibiting these behaviors, it just makes me wonder, what are our people into, and why this preoccupation with it? You remember the time when the people gone to Western Esplanade? Oh no, it was Saunders Beach. Anyway, remember one of the beaches where they gone to cast out the demons and they damn drowned a woman? All right. So I will admit, now if you're Catholic, you know that exorcism, I don't know if we do exorcism in the Anglican church, but I remember always hearing about Catholic exorcisms. You see them in movies, the famous movie that we all grew up seeing, The Exorcist. Again, I believe that you can believe what you want to believe, but when does it become crazy and cuckoo? And again, I know crazy is seen as a mean word, but I just want to know. Like, when is it cuckoo? Like, people who are sitting up in Mighty Church and translating for the demon speaks. I had to watch that video several times because I said, my people are losing their motherfucking minds. And I feel for people, and again, there was a time when people felt Christianity was a crazy cult, and that's what I keep telling Bahamians. Christianity is a cult as well. Like, I know when I go to the church in the Bahamas that does the daily word, my aunt used to always say to me, "Oh, kid, that's a cult, that's a cult." And I go, "But on what, auntie?" And Lord, anyway, auntie, there was a time when Christianity was a cult. So I just want to know what the fuck we dealing with. Like, what we dealing with? Is it just people believing what they want to believe? Is it people losing their motherfucking mind? Or is it just like our Constitution guarantees freedom of religious expression? So if you believe in those demons, and if you believe Maddie could cast out the demons, just like the other story going around with the woman unfortunately found dead in her home. Um, Yeah, Daniel, you ain't lie. You ain't lie. I had some people tell me that for true. Daniel is saying some Bahamians believe sororities are cults. Well, of course, we grew up in the sororities, fraternities, and before that, the lodges and friendly societies. I will admit, going to when my grandfather was buried and I was looking at the stuff the lodge was doing, I felt some kind of way. I ain't gonna lie. I felt some kind of way. Now that's just me. Maybe because I've never seen it. Now I may call people demons, like Cheryl, like Shane, like Wayne. Yeah, they are fucking demons. But I don't have any grounds or any proof on that. All right? So that's what I want to talk about. And of course, you hear about the banker paying this other prophetess. And again, the prophetess, who church it was, I grew up around them cheering. Okay? They were very huge in the Baptist church back in the day. Their father was one of the noted Baptist preachers back in the day. So when you hear those things happening where the person wanted her to sow a love offering of $1,000 and she still end up dead in a house. But of course, she did have a preventive, non-communicable disease. So, I just don't get it. Look at Chelsea winking. Man, I can't take it. All right, let me read some more of y'all comments. Jason said they said OBEAH woman out on $500 bail. Daniel said that video was bullshit to me. Sorry, I think that lady was mental. Daniel said I wish women would close their eyes and imagine themselves doing bodily harm to their husbands instead of acting on those feelings. Just meditate. Child, man, look here. Sometime you gotta legally say, if I saw the video with the woman allegedly stabbed her hubby in front of her small kids. Well, again, the thing is, I don't understand how we get so cuckoo. Daniel said, how about all those white foreign people buying homes for way less than what they want to sell them to us? Well, again, the thing is in the Bahamas, and you can't blame the white people who come to our country. The rule is, let me see, I think after Anna Nicole, didn't they up it? After Anna, because before you had to spend $500,000 and you can get Bahamian citizenship. And many Caribbean countries do that. We're not the only people who do that. Many Caribbean. That's how, if I don't ever come back to the Bahamas, that's how I plan on getting my Caribbean citizenship. Chelsea say mental health equal demonic influences. Well, the Bahamas never wants to talk about mental health. And so many Bahamians need mental health help. Because a lot of Bahamians are dealing with a lot of bullshit. And again, maybe because we're such a small country, and everybody knows everybody's business. But when you see the kind of crazy that is rampant in the Bahamas that people don't want to check, because a lot of times people feel ashamed that they need mental health. Like women who are in abusive relationships, they feel ashamed asking for help. And so as we have this dialogue today, I just want us to more or less question why we do the shit we do. Because it comes off as real knucking futs. It really comes off as knucking futs. And the fact that, again, with the story of the banker, if we believe it, that she was willing to sow this seed of $1,000 because she felt someone in the bank was after her and her job. And I just don't get it. Is it demonic or is it just evil fucking people? Now, let me just say for the record, psychosis is a serious thing. Psychosis is a serious thing. What mental health example number one? Treasure, Bob, and Novi. What? Okay, what that is? What that is? Silver say, I'm feeling them lodges. Silver say, me too. My Grammy and Grandpa get take the night before the funeral and return the next. And the thing is, like I said, and again, I tell you, I was this close to being an Eastern Star. To the east, my sister, until, some of that freaky hickey doody do shit, that just make you, you be like, what? It's give you pause. I ain't gonna lie, it's give me pause. Now, maybe it's me because I will admit, I am paranoid, but like I always tell you in the Love Nest, just because you paranoid, that don't mean they out to get you, boo. I know I'm paranoid. Uber paranoid. My son tells me that all the time. Mommy's so paranoid. Like my son, people asking for directions on the metro and he talking to them. I'd be like, what I tell you about talking to these crazy people? Don't be talking to crazy people. You ain't know them? Like the other day on the metro, right? Why the woman go open up the recipe book? And of course, a lot of people are lonely in the world. So I think, just like how when we were children, we used to create imaginary friends. I think in your older years, if you're lonely and you do have mental issues, you start creating these imaginary friends. So the woman could tell me in the metro that she's cooking chicken wings and she wanted me to look at the recipe. She wanted me to look at the recipe to let her know if it was enough. And she's having this big conversation with me. I don't know this woman from Adam's house cat. Okay, now I know in a big city like a big area like the DMV, there are a lot of lonely people. One of the things we're blessed in the Bahamas is that no matter where we are, family or friends are not too far away. And so, even though with the woman in the bank, the fact that she wasn't found until days later, it's just sad how many people are lonely. And the question is, does that loneliness then lead you to psychosis? And how we guess so? Like, I just want to know. Now, let me just say for the record, there are days when I will admit, one flip of one trigger, I could see how people lose their damn mind. But thank God, I believe grace always makes us catch our friggin' self and come right back. All right, let me read some more of y'all comments. What Kieran said, he saw a demon before? What? Hold on, let me go back up to that. Daniel said, well, growing up, my neighbor used to have colored bottles in her tree to trap evil spirits. Savannah, you ain't late, boo. Daniel said, I believe in the zodiac. Yeah, I see, who said that? Stan Rane. No, who said? Someone said they believe in the zodiac. I still laughing at marrying that comment. Jokes. Melvin said you should have heard the mess Dara was running on with today. What, talking about all the cases of demon possession? I tell you. Helen said, hey, Chrissy, great job. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's the truth. Y'all never heard it before. My girl, Jan. Jan tells me when she watches my show, she say, Chrissy, since some of us so young, you should do a show on all them Bahamian sayings and expressions. Like when I told Jan the story when I went to hand Wayne out of the window to my aunt. And my aunt says, don't hand him out the window. He got teeth. And so Jan says, you need to do these shows. Like somebody asked me privately, I guess y'all have to be ashamed to ask me on the group, Somebody asked me privately, what does turn on Friday when I did the show about turning my dress back to front. They were asking, what does it have to do with demons? What, you never heard that? Y'all, so, that's because you're not Bahamians. Y'all some young Bahamians. You never heard that, Black Velvet? Anyway, just like how when you don't wipe your child mouth with the dishcloth because they can talk too much. Y'all never hear that? Anyway, Daniel said they meant to kill that woman. Sandlands need to start paying people again for bringing people to them. I bet you the place will be full. Man, look here, I can't take it. Silver say, brightest lights cast the darkest shadows. And yeah, I know a few Anglican pastors who've done exorcisms. Well, again, I've heard that, like I said, going to Catholic school and being taught the Catholic way. We've heard about exorcisms, and I think it's fascinating. I think that, like I said, if you believe in the goodness, you got to believe in the darkness. And again, Hollywood has capitalized on that. I don't know if people are acting out like that video in Maddie Church. Was that woman acting out based on what she saw in movies or what she thought a demon should be? Because the thing is, I believe the slickest demons are people who look normal, just like me and you. Like some of our legislators in the Bahamas from 1973. Actually, even before that, they was damn demons for the evil shit they did. So I'm just asking, is the whole nation losing its fucking mind? Or are we just intrigued by these stories because it gives us something to talk about? All right, Kieran say, I wasn't a believer until I witnessed something one Easter Sunday in Epiphany. Homeboy came to church in a red suit, started grunting and making all kinds of noise. Well, was that demon possession or was that mental health issues? Kieran say, legit, homeboy started rising up the wall. What? You mean like in that scene from, what's that scene where the man started climbing the wall? Split. We had all them personalities. Daniel say, Maddie them need an evaluation of self. I tell you, something wrong with everyone in that church. And I've been to Maddie church. I remember one time, one of my ex-boyfriends took me to her church. That's when Maddie was in her fatigue stage. Remember when all the apostles and prophetesses was wearing fatigues and shit? And talking about they in the army of the Lord and thing. Karen say, just like that. Man, I can't take it. Sandy say, Chrissy, what about when I was a kid? OMG, the Bahamas. They said there was an evil scene where the trees were running the street and the frying pan. What happened then? Yes, I remember that story about the trees running in the street. But again, is it really these demons? Or like Chelsea says, is it folklore? And the fact that this week we've had so many incidences of people reporting these things. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I had to watch that video in Maddie Church. I had to watch that a couple times. Because that video was fucking me up. I ain't gonna lie. Where your cheering is. That red outfit though. Can we laugh at that red outfit? That red outfit is fucking extra. Hey, anyway, let me stop. Let me leave Maddie alone. All right, Rose is here. Girl, Marie. Oops, got me shouting out loud. The people just looked through the window. Marie, send me your number. My Bahamas phone dead. Marie, send me a number because I ain't saying my U.S. number on YouTube. All right, Chelsea say, ha, but the more evil a person does, it tells on them. Well, Chelsea, I think that, but there are many people I know getting away with an intense evil. But, you know, man, anyway, Daniel say, well, this old woman keep calling me Girl Friday. What that mean? Girl Friday? Okay, Girl Friday, that was, you know, that was in some movie. That was some movie. Genevieve said, did you see the video after the demon was gone? And let me just say for the record, screaming Jesus at the demon. You know, is that like Beetlejuice 3 times? Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Like, I saw the video as well on Friday. The video I was so scared to watch when the plastic bag come running through. But, I mean, did she seem nutty to you? And again, I will admit, when I was a little kid, and maybe I have my own preconceived ideas, because when I was a little kid, I remember my grandmother having the spirit in Zion Baptist Church, and she scared the fuck out of me. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with mother? Yeah. Of course, I didn't say what the fuck in church. But I remember as a little kid thinking, I might have been about 8. I might have been like 8, and I was just like, the fuck? And when you see people having the spirit and falling on the floor, and again, I know slain in the spirit, I believe that the Holy Spirit, I've had the spirit before, but I will admit, maybe I'm just too Anglican. Yeah, okay, thank you. Someone else who grew up in Zion tell me the same thing. I used to be like, what the hell is going on? So as a kid, that scared me. Until I will admit, my first encounter that I had personally with the Holy Spirit, it wasn't a jump up and down kind of thing. It was shortly after I left the Bahamas, left all the evil things that had been happening to me throughout my childhood that I was too afraid to speak about. And I remember finding comfort in this old church in Minnesota. And as I was singing these hymns, all of a sudden my entire body was covered with goosebumps. And I remember feeling a euphoria, a high. And so I will admit, I have felt the Holy Spirit. If you're Christian, man, I can't take it. Lorraine say she puke up her first communion. I can't take it. Lorraine, you know they was gonna say you possess. And the thing is, how crazy is church? You giving 13-year-olds alcohol. Like, how fucking crazy is that? Anyway, I guess in France they drink wine all the time. So I'm just saying, right? The priest slap you? Well, of course you get slapped, but you get slapped when you get confirmed. And when I got confirmed, that's when Bishop Michael Eldon was still alive, and his ass was huge. When Bishop Michael Eldon slapped me, I swear to God, my whole face was tingling for about a week. And I was like, what kind of shit is this? And religion has always fucked me up in a way, I ain't gotta lie. Like, some of the rituals that we have in church really give me pause. I ain't gonna lie. It gives me pause. But I'm just saying, is that whole Holy Spirit thing where people catching the spirit? I remember going to another church in Nassau Village where, you know, again, this is when I was trying to support my ex-boyfriend because he had found the Lord, like Jesus was missing. And so I used to go to these church and I used to try and support him. And I remember when the girl was whispering things to me. And again, I believe because these were things that nobody would know about me, but I started thinking that maybe my ex-boyfriend, catch the spirit. You know how y'all Pentecostal people is catch the spirit. And all that running up and down in the church aisle and thing. And like I said, maybe I'm just too Anglican. Maybe my Holy Spirit experience, and I'm not here to judge anybody's Holy Spirit experience. My own was a calming one. My own didn't make me want to jump through the aisle and somersault and flip and do a bunch of shit. And I know when you say that, like my Pentecostal friends tell me I'm making fun of their religion. But I just wonder, what makes you want to buck your head and flail and flash all over the church? And so I'm saying this today as we talk about the recent demonic stories that have been traveling all around the Bahamas. Are we just mentally fucking incompetent, or are we really having a spiritual experience? Because again, I think sometimes people do it for show. Like, I remember going to many Bahamian funerals, and even my family members. I had an auntie, I wanted to push her ass in the friggin' ground when she started kicking off and carrying on. Because again, I'm just thinking that if we say we are filled with God's love, would God's love want to make me backflip? What about the lady in the hotel? Remind me, Megan. because we've had many so-called prophetesses. This African man who came to help Ruby is just the latest in a string of many people who have come to the Bahamas. Again, taking advantage of people who are looking for something. We all want to belong to something bigger than ourselves. We all want to we all want to believe that there's something after this life, because this life can be friggin' hard. You hear me? This life is beautiful, but this life can give you some really hard and fucked up experiences. So I'm just saying that, are we mentally nuts, or are we really having these spiritual experiences? Because I ain't gonna lie, Jason, and I'm gonna ask a man of God, did you see the video with Maddie, Jason? Talking to the demon in church, and the person in the church is translating for the demon? Hold on. Cuckoo! So is it cuckoo, or is I'm just not spiritual enough? All right, let me read some more. Savannah say, day is overdo it. Legal, why you laughing? It's true. Lorraine say she watched too much CNN. She was in America and afraid. Daniel say, my mom didn't let me drink the wine when I was young in church because she don't know what those people have. Well, you know how I feel about drinking that. Jason say, no comment. And yes, it's a form of joking and poking at a manifestation and expression of the spirit. Megan says she agree. Savannah say, I'll drink wine all day. I agree, but I will admit, at 13 years old, when I had my first, even though my parents, I grew up in a very liberal household, you know, we used to sip drinks because my mother and father, so I say, you're sipping this drink now so you don't go out and act like a jackass. But I will admit, the first time I took communion in the Anglican church, I had communion before in America, because in America, the Catholic Church in America, I used to go to a Presbyterian church as well. They used to let children have the bread and wine. But Anglicans and Catholics who do that wine and thing every week, I will admit, the first time it burned the shit out of my stomach. And I remember telling my mother and father, and they were so proud of me getting confirmed, because I was rebelling from church from a long time. But again, I was told by my parents, as long as you live in this house, you have to go to church. All right, so I had to comply. That's why when I turned 18 and I left the Bahamas, I was like, rejoice! I was too happy to get away from the cuckoo, cuckoo. I have some people who have told me their own mothers and fathers have thrown them out of the house because of this over exuberance in church. I had a woman curse me out because I told her one time, a student I was teaching, he would always come into school, he would be sleeping in class, he would never do his work, and he was a good little boy, a smart kid. And he told me his mother would have him to church until midnight every night. And I remember going to the mother and telling her, you know what, this is ridiculous. You can go to church and you can do the things you want to do, but come on. You can't have your child out, damn, till midnight and expect him to function in school. So I'm just asking this, are we knucking futs, or is this really a spiritual thing? Akoso said, when I saw that church circus, I thought that woman was a demon whisperer. Then I realized she just looking for attention. Man, again. No, I ain't gonna lie. I tell you, Wayne called her. Wayne said, why she look like a damn giant cough drop though? All right, Panchita said, Chrissy, my pastor cast demons out of people before. Well, tell us what that was like. Because again, you know, I come from a Hollywood kind of existence. Remember the scene in the Exodus when Linda Blair goes, when her head spin all the way around and the pea soup starts spitting up and she's like, I am Bazuzu's Reagan. You know, again, do people do this shit because it's real, or are they just mimicking and copying shit they saw in Hollywood? Because people in Hollywood have vivid imaginations. I ain't gonna lie, that damn, it's true. That scene in the Exorcist, I remember one time meeting Linda Blair. Okay, I met Linda Blair like in the late 90s, and that fucked me right up. Because I was like, this bitch is still scary. Okay, I am Bazuzu's Reagan. All right, that was scary as shit. So today I'm asking you, with all the challenges, Jason said it's real, Chrissy, Jesus did it. Well, again, you know, Jesus was a way shower, and I believe Jesus was one of the great prophets of our time. I believe Jesus was the Son of God if you believe in Christianity. But I just think the recent incidences in the Bahamas are just ridiculous. Because, again, if Ruby did pay the man $1,000 to cast out the demon and save her from dying, why the fuck she dead? And why was she found? How many days later was she found in her house? I'm just saying. I agree. Jesus did say, in my name, you shall cast out demons. Well, I've tried casting out demons. I've been to plenty political rallies. I've been to the court. I've been to the hospital. I have tried casting out demons. That didn't work. I don't know if she paid the money because the story is really sketchy. You know, it's in today's Punch. Let me give Ivan a plug. Yeah, she did have diabetes. And a lot of Bahamian women are dying from diabetes that I just find shocking. Again, a preventative, non-communicable disease. Yeah, I'm just asking if I paid. Man, I'm not being mean. I'm being real. This is is why we have these conversations, Love Nest. If I go to, yes, diabetes is a sickness, but she apparently thought someone was trying to kill her. Jason, catch up. Jason, you've been in church too much, boo. You've been in church too much, but she apparently thought somebody was trying to kill her. Now, I will admit, I have seen, I don't know if I believed it, but I had a very good friend who told me, she came to me one day and she said, Chrissy, someone is trying to kill me by OBEAH. Now, let me just say for the record, I had known this person for a long time. I think we were even related. She's a Thompson from Andrus. And I remember her telling me, Chrissy, this woman is trying to kill me. And I was just like, man, you know, stop. How do you know this? And so she started showing me these scars on her skin. You know what they call, what do they call it? The marks that people have when they have demons. Oh boy, they talk about it a lot in the Catholic Church. Jason, what's it called? Stigmata? No, not stigmata. Anyway, so she shows me these marks. We go in the bathroom at this place. I try not to identify her. And so she shows me all these marks on her body. And I said, well, they said she did worry herself to death. And remember, when you have severe diabetes, a lot of your other organs are in failure as well. So all I'm saying is that she showed me these things in the bathroom, and I told her, I said, yes, it is stigmata, Sandy? It is? Thank you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Catholic teaching. And and she showed me these marks, and she was Catholic. She was Catholic. So she was really telling me, apparently it was a love rival who told her that if you don't leave my man, you know, I don't know how it is go to demons for doggy. Would I miss it? Although some of this doggy around here demonic. I just gonna put that out there. So all I'm saying is that she kept on telling me this, and so I hooked her up with a mental health professional because she had been through a lot. So I thought she was teetering on the cuckoo stage. Yeah, I thought she was teetering. I'm not being, look here, I'm just telling you how I felt. Because again, being Chrissy Love and being in media from 1993, people show me all kind of shit that is have me like, I had one time, this woman showed me her baby, and then she showed me her scan where she ain't had no uterus. Okay, these Bahamians, the things I have seen, that's why when I finish, I think like when I really finish doing shows where I have to have sense, I am thinking of getting a lobotomy to forget half of the shit that I have seen in the Bahamas. I remember back in the 80s being a reporter during the drug days, the shit I saw while covering news stories, I just got a blanket out of my mind. But anyway, so she comes back to me. Patricia say, oh, Chrissy, now you need the holy water. No, I good. Trust me, girl. Look here, I serve. Look here, I just tell the Lord everything what's going on. And I believe I go to the ancestors and I go to the Christianity that I was taught by my granddaddy. And so she comes to me the other week and she says, Chrissy, I'm really sick. There's something wrong. And then she brings me these plastic bags where she's been throwing up this red shit. And it's so funny because I was watching Santa Clarita Diet with Drew Barrymore. I said, Jesus, the same thing my girl went through. So anyway, she brings me, I was like, first of all, who the fuck says plastic bags with shit coming out your body? So I knew she was in crisis. And so again, I kept telling her to go to the person. She was seeking the mental health help. And again, yeah, but you know what? Because Danielle, I keep telling you, being Chrissy Love, people bring me all kinds of shit. And you know, I'm glad that people ask me for advice. Well, I don't even know, did we have them kind of cell phones back then? This was in the 90s. Because she's been dead. She died, I think, right before, she died like 1997 or so. So I had been home I came back home when? Let me see, I came off the road with Lenny in 93. So, Matt Livette, I'm telling you, said we had Kodak. And so, yeah, this would have been about 93 when she came to me. And again, look here, the time she take to develop the pictures. And again, because when someone is when I see, guess what? There but for the grace of God go I. I've had many things happen to me that could have, in the words of Lenny Kravitz, flipped my wig and left a permanent scar, but only the grace of God has kept me. Okay, there are people walking up and down the road. I tell you about this girl who experienced some serious shit. She walking up and down in the road, no teeth in her fucking head. Every time I pass her, she used to be the prettiest girl in Nassau town. So when people don't deal with their mental health issues, it goes awry. Anyway, getting back to the girl. So she was going to the psychiatrist. All of a sudden she calls me and tells me she's not going back to see him anymore. And I said, what's going on? I called her sister. I called her family. Taris, I'm not lying. This shit is true. These things happen in the Bahamas. So with Ruby and the demon, Maddie and the demon, who else in the demon? The woman on the porch and the demon. These things, again, I'm asking, are Bahamians just knocking futs? Or is our mental health out of whack? Or are these really signs and wonders? I'm serious. Guess what? I'm going to talk to y'all and I'm going to be real with it. And so I didn't hear What? Nelson what? Nelson say BPLMNOP, mind the power off again. Can I tell y'all? I so fucking happy I ain't in Nassau this summer. Jesus God. Because even if I was home, when you look at the money we spent on generator gas. Anyway, back to my story. So she refused to go to the doctor. I will admit I was getting a bit pissed off. Yes, you heard me, Gregory. I was getting a bit pissed off with her, right? And so her sister reached out to me and she told me, so-and-so's in the hospital. She wants to see you. At the time, and when I will admit, the whole demons and OBEAH shit, look at Greg sucking his teeth. Greg, you see the woman pay $1,000 to get the demon off her and she's still fucking dead. Anyway, all I'm saying is that I didn't go to the hospital to see her. The next day I got a call telling me she was dead. And I will admit, for many years, I felt bad that I didn't go to see her in the hospital when she asked for me. Now, I will admit, I was like, why is she asking for me though? And her ma and her pa and her sister's right there. And to this day, when I see her sister and I come through the airport, she's giving me the biggest hug. Tara say, Chris, you have me weak. You know what, man? Look here. Anyway, you know what? I just telling y'all what happened. So today I'm asking you, when are we going to either address the mental health issues that so many of our people are having a problem with? What? What? Okay, who is this crazy person? But I'm just saying, when she did die, and I remember going to a funeral, and I will admit, Gregory, we're asking why the obsession with OBEAH and demons. Read the title of the show, Gregory. Now, I know as an atheist, Gregory, you ain't into this. But again, if you grew up religious, you've always heard about demons. And we had Jason just quote the scripture that says, you will cast out demons in my name. I still trying to cast Cheryl out, but her ass ain't moving nowhere. I am Cheryl. That bitch is a serious demon. Anyway, so all I'm saying to you is that, when are we going to catch? Of course, I say BPL is catch demon on a sunny day. Well, I'm so sorry that the light is off. But when are we going to address these mental issues? Because there's so many people. And again, I not saying that I wanted to, but because my mother used to be in charge of the mental institution at home, my sister and I, after school, we had to hang out there until she left work. So I'll admit, many days looking at these people and wondering, damn. Because I tell you, one of my first prayers I pray every morning, Lord, please keep me in my right mind. Because I've seen people flip. I remember visiting again. My mother was in charge of SRC for how long? Couple years well. Daniel said, if silence will stop letting people escape, shit, man. Man, it ain't even that. Sean said, I think mental health issues in the Bahamas need some attention. So I say all this to say, when you look at the video, Greg, did you see the video? Like they say, Red Riding Hood Ministries. Maddie dressed up in the red outfit talking to the demon. He's a billionaire. And I'm like, why the demon voice? Because, you know, I don't believe the demon voice got to be. I believe the demon could speak normally. Okay? Anyway, all I'm asking is, are we fucking crazy? Has Christianity made us lose our mind? Or are we just willing to forget these things and say people have lost their mind and it's the demon in them? I'm just asking. Do you believe in demons? Now, I personally believe that there's some demons who've been running this country. Man, look here. you and Melvern on the same thing. Yes, Melvern, I remember the Mexican demon. Yeah, but I've always been fascinated by this. Like, for example, y'all young children in this Love Nest group. Greg, shut your teeth. Christianity does fuck you up. Yes, our ancestors did do these kinds of religions that worship nature. And Haiti has it voodoo. In Cuba, it's Santeria. I remember going to a Santeria ritual in Miami. Well, look here. Okay, that fucked me right up. Look here, I couldn't eat chicken for a good 6 months after that Santeria ritual. All right? And these was dams. Thank you. So I know plenty demons. Yeah, plenty demons. I agree. And we just call people demon from hell, right? But again, do we believe it? And when you look at Danielle, shut your teeth. When you look at some of the things that have been happening in the Bahamas lately, for example, the video with the dead fetuses. Again, in America, I'm not surprised that Americans do that shit because, again, I'm used to hearing those stories. But when you hear people talking shit about babies, dead bodies in the yard, people, again, throwing babies in the garbage, I'm just saying, Something is awry. All right, let me read some more comments. Man, I can't take it. Tyra say, no, Chrissy, we just need to pray harder. Roommate say, our sisters worship voodoo and pride of the colonizers brought Christianity. Greg say, 1 minute y'all believe in demons moving pencils. Now this nonsense. Greg, all I'm saying to you, and I agree, a lot of it does seem nonsensical. But remember, if I believe in the light, ergo, I gotta believe in the dark. Right? If you believe in the light, you gotta believe in the dark, right? I'm just asking. And I ain't asking for a friend. I asking for damn me. Because I'm curious. I'm curious that so many of our people are so quick to go to these churches, are so quick to tell these stories. All right? Sean say, I have a cousin. He's the sweetest person in the world. But when that spell come on him, his voice and everything has changed. Daniel said, Greg, the demon didn't move the stuff in the house. It was on the news back in the day. Greg say, really, Chrissy? Robert is crazy, Liz. Ignore him. Melvin say, yes, Chrissy, there's both light and dark, day and night, pros and cons. All right, so when you hear about this story, and again, rest in peace, Ruby. Dear Bahamians, get your diabetes in order. Like yesterday, I had potato salad. Why wake up this morning, my blood sugar down 200? But potato tastes so good. Potato tastes good, eh? Motors. All right, Savannah said there's an African on YouTube who casts out demons too. He's a pastor. Well, there are many. Again, the African man came to the Bahamas. Maddie is a Bahamian doing this in her church. And I've been to many so-called churches in the Bahamas. The church in Nassau Village, she says she is do this cast out demons too. But all I'm saying is that, are we fucking nuts? Nelson said a demon choking. Or do we really believe this? Jason said, Greg, wake up, okay? LOL, only an encounter will make you a believer of you. Make a believer of you. Savannah say, yes. What? That's what she say? What? Man, I can't take it. Melvin say, I think, however, there's a real issue with ignorance. Too many of our people think the answer is external. It's someone else's fault, etc. Notice how powerless our people think they are. Well, that's one of the problems I have with Christianity, and this is something Jason and I talk about as well. I used to talk to Father Thompson about this as well. That's one of the issues I have with Christianity, because Christianity seems to absolve you of all your bullshit as long as you say, Greg, so disgusted, man. Greg, you don't even give it a chance. Give it a chance, Greg. Okay, the thing is, Lord, see, Greg, have me forget what I damn say. Of course, we'll say Maddie entertaining people. Man, look at that red outfit, though. Lorraine say, I have like 6. Lorraine say, I'm a Gemini. I was born with 2 personalities. Man, look here. And I'm a Gemini, too. My mother and all told me I have 4 personalities. Daniel say split personality is mental. But we ain't talking like split with like in the movie where the man was in the zoo and he climbed up the wall and he take the girls into custody. Not that kind of fucking thing. But I just believe that until we address these mental health issues, because there's something that's obviously making people go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. There's something. Now, I firmly believe, and I say this all the time and people dismiss it, when they dropped that nerve gas off the coast of Abaco, I believe something happened to Bahamians. In 1972, okay, the U.S. government wanted to dump nerve gas. We were not independent yet, so we were a British colony. And Sir Cecil Wallace Whitfield tried to fight it. Many of our people tried to fight it. But because we were not independent and we were under Britain, the nerve gas was dumped in our waters. Now, again, I don't know what happened because I under the water. However, I believe that something happened in our people. Because when you look at the cuckoo-ness and the cray-cray-ness, because again, America, you know that we are the third world is the dumping ground for the globe. And when it's just like what happens now in our country, you'd be surprised to know what shit happening in the Bahamas. But now we're an independent sovereign nation. So that's why I get on our legislators all the time about doing shit and not trying to protect us. Anyway, let me read some more of your comments before I head on out of here. Shaw said a lot of people in Freeport developing mental issues. Now, let me just say a lot of the young men, I believe, who have mental issues, and I know doctor, I don't play one on TV, but hold on, let me come closer. Dear Bahamians, stop smoking this fucking bungie weed. I believe plenty of our young men, because I have a cousin who this happened to. Man, look here, Pascal say they are dark entities. If you believe in good, you believe in evil. I agree, Pascal, and that's what I said. Jason, easy yourself, Jason. I'm voicing my opinion like everyone else. What Jason say? I miss it. I miss what Jason say. Anyway, I can read that. Greg said, clearly we're nuts. These young men smoking this bungie weed laced with all kind of fuckery in it. Just this weekend, I was watching one of my favorite shows that I watch because I'm very obsessed almost with weed culture, and I'm obsessed about it, but I'm also pissed about it because for the longest time, Pookie, Boo Boo, and Raheem been in the weed a kit business, but they were persecuted and in prison for it. Now that Chad, Skip, and Biff are in it, they are entrepreneurs. So I was watching this show where this lady smoked apparently some weed. She'd always been smoking weed, normal, average college woman. All of a sudden, she goes and kills the local pastor in her community. Every mental test has been done on her. You can look it up. Corinne Brown. This happened in West Virginia in 2013. And I heard about this case, and I was saying, oh, there they go again. There the conservatives go blaming shit on marijuana. Hey, Vita. And so I'm just saying, Greg, of course you can believe we won. That's why I'm asking. Because I firmly believe some of it is cuckoo. And I want to know, are we going to get some mental health help in our country? Because these latest incidents this week, I mean, come on, it's been a lot. The demon in Maddie Church, Ruby and the $1,000 given to the African man and she's still dead. Okay? People going crazy and killing people. Dead fetuses in the yard. Fetus hanging on the clothesline. Remember that video the woman said, they say she killed herself and she was strapped up by the tree? And people said it was possessed? My friend who got chopped up, the man said he lost his mind. That was his defense. Anyway. Yeah, I agree. Look at y'all. My girls say, roll your own joint. Man, I can't take it. I can't take it. A lot of young men in Freeport, yes, I read that. Daniel said, Daniel said, that's why I get mad to you. I say, but let me shut up because my husband just deployed. Oh, he just, well, guess what? Let's pray for him and keep him safe. Because can I tell you, every time my uncle, my brother or my nephews, well, my uncle was old, so whatever, but I know that fear. I remember one time my brother was on this ship that was, hijacked, called the Mayaguez, and we couldn't find my brother for weeks. This when he was in the Air Force. So we pray for all our men and women in the military. I don't know how you do it, especially for a country that has treated you like shit. Black Velvet say, feed us on the clothesline. What pin held up the porch? Man, anyway, you know what? Let me stop, because y'all, all I'm saying, people, are we fucking nuts? Legally, say the woman in the hotel room in the U.S. I don't think I saw that video. Melvin say, Chrissy, the demon we see is the man in the mirror blaming something, someone else is a cop-out. I agree. In Christianity is the cop-out religion. I'm not comparing religions, but it seems that there are consequences in Judaism. There are consequences in Islam. But Christianity seems to let you do all kind of copious fuck. And you just got to go, oh, Lord, forgive me. I'm a sinner. What about not fucking doing shit? What about that? Anyway, Melvin said, my feelings are not inclusive of mental illness. That's real. Well, the thing is, I agree. We do have some issues. All right? But these incidences that have been happening this week in the Bahamas give me pause. It gives me pause. And let me just say for the record, all y'all fucking OBEAH wakers out there, see, one thing I must say, when I pay my OBEAH woman, when I pay her, okay, shit just do what she said could do. I remember one time I was living at home, right? Trying to be the good daughter, trying to help out your parents, all that shit, right? So why my OBEAH woman could say to me, let me stop calling the OBEAH woman, she can see things. She's been gifted. For example, I'll tell you a story. When she was little, one of her cousins who I know was a twin. And she was very young then, and she was afraid of the things she used to see. So she didn't tell everybody what she was seeing. Say Plantation, Florida, police at the door. She talking about the enemy. Yeah, you got one, Chrissy. You best to behave. Okay, anyway. So when she was about 12, she got this feeling. She saw her aunt go into labor, and remember the aunt was having twins. And she was scared to tell her mother, because again, you're a young kid and you say I see these things, and that's why she's kept her gift to herself. And I am so grateful to her for sharing it with me because I've seen it happen. Anyway, shut up, Greg. I hear you from here sucking your teeth and rolling your lips, rolling your eyes. So she tells her mom, again, she was scared to tell her. She says, Mommy, there's something wrong with Auntie so-and-so. One of the babies is dying. And so her mommy is like, girl, stop talking fool. You tell me you see these things before, and it's right on one of the family islands in the Bahamas. And she's now a 70-year-old woman, lives a great life. Anyway, so she tells her mother. Her mother tries to get a message. And when she goes and calls to the door, she doesn't hear anything. She calling her name. She don't hear nothing. When she opens the door and goes inside with the little girl who's 12 now. And imagine a 12-year-old having the gift of sight and you are freaking the fuck out. Because I can imagine. Like, I know people who have the gift of sight, and it can be a scary thing if you're not prepared. Anyway, so they walk in the door. Her aunt's on the floor in labor. One of the babies apparently came out and is dead. All right. And the baby who she saved grew up to be the person who I know, who is now 58 years old. And his twin brother did die. And ever since then, after the people in the family island community saw that these things she used to say were coming true, that's when they started believing her, and she's okay with her gift now, what once used to scare her. Anyway, you know what? All I'm saying, people, we gotta do something. Why Black Velvet laughing? Nelson says she never saw so many white cops one time. That's a ghost or a vision. Anyway, I can go watch this video y'all talking about. But when you believe what you believe, are you crazy? Are you nuts? Or are you so evolved that you see things that we can't understand or we can't comprehend? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, may the Lord be with you, and may the Spirit always guide you. I go on, man. Let me go find me some tequila, because y'all got me talking shit on. Look here. What Garrick say this gift, this X-Men, eh? Man, look here. Man, look here. Tony said we need to stop justifying the foolishness we do by saying I'm human. All I'm saying is that, are these things real? Or are a lot of us Bahamians just fucking nuts? That's all I'm asking. These are questions. These are questions. Y'all believe that's an hour already? Man, look here. Anybody? Yeah, let me tell you. A couple people asked me on Facebook, if you want to join the Love Nest. Oh, shit. Hold on. I don't have my Bahamas phone. Okay, who won't be in charge of adding people? I just remember I don't have my 544 number no more. That phone gone. And I wasn't paying no money to fix that. Fuck that. I believe that's a message. That's why I need all y'all number. Y'all inbox me y'all numbers on Facebook so I could add y'all to my new phone. I'm not saying my new phone on YouTube. Sorry. Melvern say I'll take nuts for 1,000, Alex. Look here. Not Pastor Puff. You know what, Karen? Shut your teeth. Shut your teeth, Karen. Yeah, because Andrew ain't there no more. Andrew is an admin. Anyway, let me see if I can turn on my... Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll go look for my... I'll go use my... After I got my phone fixed, I'll go back to my Adad number. So send me... If you want to be in the Love Nest group, send me a... Hold on, but then WhatsApp ain't updating on my phone. How the fuck I can... Anyway, I'll figure it out. Man, look here. I go on here, because y'all ain't taking me seriously. Hold on. I am Bazuzu's Reagan. Demon my eye.